I'm here at my production studio, Unique, and today is September the 2nd, and the time is after 7:30, about 7:38, 7:39. Told y'all, 7:56. Had no idea the time is ran by me like that because I just closed the shop about 7:30. So slow day today. So once I close the shop, the boutique, I usually just work totally in my production area. I close the doors to my production. Sometimes I have it open if I'm going back and forth and putting new stuff on the floor. But right now, I just want to show you guys my creative process that I go through and talk through what I do at La Unique Boutique and La Unique Production. Well, usually I work on several projects at one time. Seriously. I don't know why I do that. It just is so hard for me to focus on doing one thing when I'm surrounded by everything that I love. I might get an idea. In life, I don't do that, and I will finish doing whatever it is that I'm doing at the time, and then I work on the next thing. But when I'm creating in my creative space, I usually can crochet two items at one time, get an idea to cut out a pattern for something, go pull a pattern for something, and then turn around and make something else, then organize something. I'll stop all during the day unless I'm doing something for a customer. Now, when I'm doing something for a customer, I'm totally focused on what I'm doing for that customer. Don't think I'm like all over the space, all over the, in my mind, everywhere in my mind, creating something for a customer. But I'm not. I'm totally focused on that. And then when I feel like I want to create something of my own, when I'm working on customer stuff, I'll take a break. I usually will watch some tutorials to get my mind relaxed. I'll read something spiritual, or I'll write something. I'll do something simple. Crocheting is always something simple for me, to keep me back to what I'm supposed to do, because I get bored very easily when I'm working on like one thing, doing a whole bunch of alterations, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so boring. But it pays the bills, I mean, when things are slow, suddenly I get a whole bunch of alterations. Customers that drop off a whole lot of alterations. So, and most of the time, I try to find something I enjoy by doing alterations. I am a master at doing alterations. Everything is just to the point. There's no creativity involved. It's just hemming, fixing zippers. You know what goes that entails in doing alterations. Those of you out there that are seamstress and that is your business, I start out doing alterations. But right now, I'm working on some of my things since I got a chance to. This weekend, I'm not doing a whole bunch of alterations. So I'm decided to work on my next line of things that I'm taking to the floor. So you remember that cute little flower dress? Well, I decided to put some denim pockets on it. Some things I'll create and have it 99% done and say it still needs something. And I'll keep it in the back until I can figure out what that one something it needs. And I decided to add pockets. And I decided to put this little crease in the pocket. This matches the fabric, the trim, the ruffles that's going around. It's like a patchy work type of garment. And I'm going to let you see. It's laying here on the table, but I'm going to let you see it when it's completed. I've showed it to you several times. I don't know if you remember. Or I think yesterday, on the 1st, when I shut out that video, I did show the flower dress, shirt dress that I've been working on. So I added a couple of pops of color, buttons, just accent buttons. They're not functional buttons. They're just decorative buttons at the top, in the middle, and one here on the fold. I decided first it was going to be just pockets like this. And, that's just not La Unique, right? Unless, then I was going to put an embroidery bird on it. I thought that would have been cute, but I did not like how the bird looked with the fabric, so, and I said, no, that's not going to work for me. So, but when I had decided to put this color fabric and then fold this back, it did do me justice, satisfied me. So once I'm satisfied with something and I design it and say put all the bells and whistles on it, then I'm say, okay, this is it. This is the last thing I'm gonna do to this garment, and this garment's gonna be completed. So I decided to put the cute little button on it, and the pants can go inside this little pockets. And it's so cute on the side of this dress. It just gave it the extra that it needed. I'm thinking about put a third pocket on the top, right by like this pocket here, like I got here. I'm thinking about put one at the top just to connect it. You know how sometimes when you create something, you sewers or you crocheters and crochet clothing and stuff, and it's just something else that's missing, and you say, okay, I know it's a little busy, but it's still missing something that's going to connect everything together instead of look like just, you know, a whole bunch of stuff just going together. And I like for all my garments to have a personality, you know. And this is like my country girl type of vintage look, you know, with a modern day twist on it, you know. So, I know I'm talking like super fast, and this is the good yummy fabric. This is all I have left of it. I probably have a yard left, I guess. And I love this fabric. This is last. I bought it from Walmart, so I think it's some more there. So it's not, but I love it. I was gonna make aprons from it, but it was just so special that I just wanted to put it in a garment. And when I thought that put it on this garment, it really popped it. It made it more like unique. That's the only way I could describe it. It made it more like unique. So that's one of the projects I'm working on right now. And now I just want to let you see what I go through. I usually have like a tutorial going, and right now it is paper piecing, quilting. So I'll have that on while I'm working and stuff and creating whatever it is that I am creating. So that's what I'm going to show you, my creative process, and you're going to watch me as I do the things that I do, how I maneuver around this space and go from one creative source idea rather to another creative idea. So I usually turn up this, so you're going to hear this in the background of this paper piercing, and I watch continuous tutorials on this for teaching for myself, to learn paper piercing myself, and to use my bags of scraps up, because I have like 2 bags of scrap material that I want to use. I just don't want it just sitting there and just collecting dust. And so, and I tend to keep everything dust free because I hate dust. So every day I'm sweeping and cleaning when I come in here. But otherwise, this place, it's already a little messy. It will turn into a junkyard of stuff that I have collected. So, and I have to keep everything in order because I'm constantly buying stuff. You know, if I see something on sale, if I need something, I'm constantly bringing stuff in. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to work on the buttons on this. Okay, I just had to step out of frame because I had to make sure I had that 4th button, because I'm like, okay, I cannot do this project without these 4 buttons. It's going to have to be scratched until I find some more buttons. Okay, so we're going to work on this, and then I'm going to sew the other buttons on and put the hook. It's going to be at the very top. It's going to be a hook here, button on top. You know, it's just a decorative button. So I'm going to pull it up close, and I hope that you guys don't mind following me on my creative journey of what I do when I'm creating. So I got my scissors here. So I'm going to step out of frame for a minute because I need to get the other button and the dress. So, because I want to work on everything at one time here. So, excuse me. Be right back. So I have the dress here. And I'm not going to show you the dress until I am finished. So, okay. Let me pull this up a little bit more. I hope it don't make that terrible bong noise. The dude that made that to do this video over. Okay, that's a good view, right? So I have to hand sew these. I got a shank on the back, so I'm hand sewing these buttons on the pocket. because it has this cute little fold on it. And then I have to go back and put it on a pattern cutting table and place it on the garment, pin it on the garment to where I want to set the pockets. So yeah, I go through a lot. What's in my mind, and I wonder, do you guys go through? Comment if you guys, how you guys comment. I mean, go through your creative process. Is it as daunting sometimes? Some things like my alterations, or is it exciting when you're creating something your own and you're going to it's for sale or at your store like I do? Because that's the most exciting thing that I do, is when I finally create something and it has been approved to go on the floor. And that's what really makes me excited about creating a line of clothing. And I have 4 shirts. They're all from the same pattern, but they're made differently. You know, I made a sleeve short. And after that, after I decide what I want to do, I usually, after I finish putting the garment together, I usually will design it. You know, I'll take away the sleeves, I'll take away the collar, I'll say, well, that don't need that. And the buttons, some things takes longer to create. I will like some of the stuff that since last year. Actually, I put the shirts together somewhere in the middle of this year, right? And then I decided to probably around spring, and that took me a while. So yeah, some things take me a while to create, and in the process I'll be making other stuff, you know, that's already finished, just may need a zipper or buttons or something that's ready. You know, I got like a full line of clothing that's need to go on the floor, you know. So, and I say this, and I'm always say if I'm always ready, I never have to get ready. So I'm consistently redoing some things that's probably been on the floor for a while. I may go in and decide to take something away or add something to, but some garments, my crochet garments, I'll change some things about it, add something. Usually I'm adding something to my crochet items, because sometimes they'll start out plain, and then I'll add some type of crochet ruffle to it, some type of trim, fur, whatever. So I got that right. This button on. I like to do at least 4 loops on it. So, and I tie a knot at the end. I almost forgot. I was about to cut it and then tie the knot. You know, I used to have some freight check. I don't know what happened to my freight check. I'm going to have to buy some more. I have to remind myself to buy some more when I go to Joann's and use up my coupons that I have. I hate for my coupons to go to waste, but if I don't need anything, I won't buy it. But I miss going to Joann's. So recently I went there and they had a lot of yarn on sale for $1.97. But I needed my big container of Mod Podge, because that's how I design my shoe covering, and that's another project that I want to work on. I probably will not have that on film because I have different technique how I do that, and I don't really care to share that technique. Some other techniques I don't mind sharing. You know, like how I design my my crochet sweaters. I don't mind sharing that. You know. Everybody might not even want to even start one like that, because it ends up the way that you want it to be. You know, whatever way that you decide, that's how the sweater's going to end up looking. You know, bigger, smaller, the sleeves, everything is totally freestyle. So you really don't know how it's going to end up looking until you're almost done. And then with me, I always decide to add something else extra to it. You know, always. Do something extra, do something different. You know, change the bottom, leave it open, make it on asymmetrical, drape the collar more, block it more, make it more drapey. I'm always making stuff a little bit too, sometimes I make stuff too complicated, where I should just say, okay, that's enough with that. And I'll keep going and going and going. But I'm learning on some things. Simple is better. Some of my garments are just to the point. You know, the fabric speaks for itself. Or it could be just a simple black garment, simple blue garment, super red, whatever. It's nothing elaborate about it. Then I got some that got the bells and whistles. You know? So, I love that. I love bells and whistles at times. If I could make everything with bells and whistles on it, everything would have bells and whistles. And when you walk in my stuff, you will hear, people will hear you coming. Feathers and glitter and bows and fringes everywhere. You will always look like you just coming from a costume party or something. But I kind of tone it down, you know, and make stuff wearable, you know, where I will wear it. Okay, I would. So I gotta always think about what people like and what they would wear, you know. I always get compliments on my stuff, so it's just that, you know, lately it's been a lot of older women that be coming in my store. You know, used to have a mixture of people, early 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. These women probably been like late 60s, almost 70s. All last week coming in the store, you know, and they, you know, so they say, I got to bring my grandchild up in here and they got to come in here. And so I was like, I'm trying to, you know, study my demographic, you know, what's out here in Circle Pine where my shop is. And it's majority of my customers are middle-aged Caucasian women. So I'm trying to figure out different ways of selling certain items, but they look at everything. So one of my web designer told me he was going to design a website for me. Maybe I should do a questionnaire and see what they like and what they want more of, or what they like the most about my store. So that's what I have to do. I have to probably, if they have time, the ones that stand here and talk to me for a long time, I'm going to have them to do a questionnaire. You know, the ones that don't mind, everybody's not going to stop and do. I'm just going to have like 2 questions or 3 questions to the point. You know, it's not going to be anything like a whole 10 question thing. 3, I would do 3 at least. You know, that's it. You know, and I got to think about it very carefully and make it everything to the point. I don't want to drag out something and ask them to, you know, a question within the question, you know, and why. You know, you get the question, then you say, and why, you know. And I tend to do that. I want to know the and why, you know, so I'm trying to tone it down a little. To some people, my boutique is very colorful and flashy, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. You know, they love my garments. They love how it looks and how it's made. I don't know if it's everyone's style that comes in here. My jewelry and my accessories are my scarves are my top sellers. The clothing is far and few in between sometimes, and I don't know if my demographic for my clothing is wrong, but we'll see, because I got somebody coming in and helping me with marketing, my marketing strategy, and web design strategy. So that's exactly what I need. I need somebody like that that's going to be able to give it to me straight up with no chaser, but you know, not in a way where they're tearing me down, because I had some people do that to me also. So it's just been a creative journey in mine to want to create things that stay within my aesthetic, but still do things that are sellable, if that makes sense. You know, I don't want to leave who I am to adapt to other people's perception of what they want me to have in my store. I want it remain with my integrity of who I am and what I represent, and stay within that realm. Am I making sense on my babble? But that kind of came loose. So I'm trying to, sorry about that, stay within that realm of not giving in and watering down Chris. I don't want to water down Chris. I want a Chris that's true, a La Unique that is true to her and true to her creativity. So I have to be very careful who I share certain stuff with, because some people, they not looking for you to be successful. They don't mind you making a little money, but they don't want you to make too much money, more than that them. So they will try to, sprinkle little negative thoughts in your mind or perception of you to other people. So I'm leery of people, because this is a doggy dog business that I'm in, that I found out. So it's every person for themselves in fashion design. You got people that in the same similar business like you that, they're not going to promote you. They're not going to see you, want you to succeed. You don't even have to have what I have experienced. I don't even necessarily have to have people that looking for me to fail or succeed. They just don't care. They like, she do what she do. And I can understand. Everybody's not all into fashion like I am. But there's a lot of people that do love specialty stuff and do love unique stuff. And I have been around a lot of people that's like that. I done had ladies come in here with red hair and big earrings on, and they weren't black. They weren't no flashy black woman. They was a flashy Caucasian woman. So, with the nails and all, so, and it's not a ethnicity thing. It's just a woman thing. A woman that wants to express herself with her clothing and her hair and her jewelry. So I'm very expressive with my clothing, my hair, my jewelry, wearing my extensions. I wear hair hanging down my back, big fluffy hair. I wear my hair, my afro. I wear big earrings. I wear flowers with checks, and blue checks, purple checks. I'm a matchy type of person, but I tend to like to coordinate colors and stripes and stuff together, and I enjoy being creative and expressing my creative side. So I'm always, and I admire people that I watch on YouTube that do creative stuff, that crochet. I think crocheting is fascinating to me. It is, you can take a hook and create clothing with yarn and a hook, or hats. I love the thought of doing that, and it's so much fun to me when I see the results of something. And from a hook and yarn, it amazes me that when I finish the garment and it's wearable, I'm always blown away. So that's my second love. It did try to creep up to be my first love, but I said I can't cheat on sewing now. I had to bag away from crochet for a hot second, because I love sewing more than I love crocheting. But crocheting became like, the more I got watching other people, how they create stuff and how they do stuff, it just blew my mind, some of the stuff they created. See, I put the red button. The red button just gave it that extra. To me, it did. I like it. Along with these, that's going to be, they're going to be cute. Just the pockets. And I'll show you when it's complete. I just had these buttons for a while, and when I pulled them out and put them on the garment, I was like, yeah, baby, that's it. That's the money shot right there. It just gave me that extra little something that I was looking for, right? That extra little something. Sometimes you just need that extra little something on your garment, that extra embellishment, just to bring it out, just to pop it out, So, and I like that modern vintage feel. I do. I love it. You know, everybody not into it, but I am so into it. You know, I love it. So I try to incorporate that with my style also. You know, I'm always incorporating something that I love from the past with something from the present right now. I'm really into that. Very much. And I love to see other people that do that, that they'll take the 50s vintage stuff and they'll create something fabulous and gorgeous. And I mean, I thought the clothes from the 50s was gorgeous, you know. That was the era for women. Women was, they dress. You know, yeah, they wore them girdles and stuff, but then now they back into it, snatching their waist out 20 inches. Really, you know, I like the thought of having a back to my 29-inch waist. Well, that ain't gonna happen. You know, I'm 45 now. You know, I'm okay with having 32, 34-inch waist. It's depending on what I'm eating. If I'm not binging out on junk food, I could be a 32. If I'm binging out on junk food, I'm going to be a 34 waist. It is what it is, and you got to love you no matter what size you're going to be, you know? You know, I just try to maintain a certain weight and be comfortable in it. And with my clothing also, because I like my clothing. It's all about how my clothing look on me. You know, I have to be comfortable with my clothing. If I'm not comfortable with my clothing and the fashion I'm wearing, I just feel like, oh, I don't like this outfit. I don't like how I look. And I'm the same way with my clothing that I create. You know, I be like, oh, I don't like this outfit. I don't like how I look. I don't like how it wears on the rack. I mean, some things is not hanger appealing and no hanger appeal, but when you put it on, it just wears you, and it's just beautiful. You know, I got a couple garments that I brought that it was ugly in the store on the hanger. I was like, ugh, but I was attracted to it because it didn't have any hanger appeal, and I was like, oh, that's so different and weird. I gotta get it. So yeah, that's what I did. So I know I'm talking about a lot of stuff about me, but bro, this video is probably just all about me, and I want you to know who I am, and that about La Unique and my creative process, because I'm all over the map. I'm gonna tell you that I create things that really no one else could create or take their time out to create, because I'm so different in everything I do. And I like those two red them buttons right there. That's nice. And I got to sew the pockets on the dress. So I'm going to swing this around because I need to set the pockets on it. I need to lay it on the table and set these pockets. And you know, my grandbaby wanted a pillow. I mean, not pillow. I mean, not pillow. Maybe think about my pillows out there. A purse. Another purse. So I went and got some scrap fabric and told her what does she want. So we're going to make her a little purse like this. Back up is going to be black denim. Sorry. Let me take these strings off. The black denim. In the front going to be the flower with a pocket, one of my upcycle pockets. And I'm going to make her one of these purses. It's going to be one of the body strap purses. And it's going to have a zipper in it, and for a change, going to be right here. It's not going to be lined or anything. I don't think it is. But yeah, it's not going to be lined. So I'm going to swing this around, and we're going to continue on of my creative process. Right now, for almost 30 minutes, I've been talking about me, because I want you to know me. I want you to know who I am, how my creative process goes once again, and why I do the stuff I do. Why I create the things I create, why I crochet unique pieces. I'm inspired by Jan. I'm inspired by DOY, the crocheters. Sewing and funky, unusual stuff. Exantha Designs. She makes some wild, funky stuff that I love. Love that chick and her stuff. She just moved into a new store, and I actually wanted to see more of the store. So I sent a message saying that, look, I get a full. But she said something. She said that was it with the store. I didn't miss anything, because I thought that, you know, the back probably was a whole huge production area where, you know, where she really, really create, you know. So I had wanted to see that part. I'm gonna move this screen down, and I pray that it don't do the bong noise. It did, but that's okay. That's okay. It only did it one time, Jam. And I'm not going to do this video over, hopefully. So I want to just keep it moving and try to be really careful. I actually cracked this screen. The screen of the monitor, it fell on the floor and it broke. Oh, what? I'll buy another one, but I guess I have not want to buy another. Ever since my other one was stolen, it was a really nice laptop. I got it from Walmart. I didn't pay. I paid under $300 for it. But it was just wonderful. And I had all my pictures and everything on it, and I need to get over it and move on. But that's cute. So I'm putting these pockets on and placing them. Probably need my pins over here so I can place them just right. Because I want them close to the seam on the side, not like in the front, but just on the side, like right on the hips part. That's where I want them to lay. So yeah, I am trying to stay creative. I'm always creating something. Always. 90% of the time, I create. The 10% of the time is when my mind has to be focused on it. Even at work, my regular job that pays these bills when it's slow, I usually focus on that because I'm a machine operator, and everybody know that I have a boutique in my store, people have told other people about me, so I can step over here and get my pens. I got another thing of pens somewhere, probably over there somewhere. So let me pin this down and then I'm gonna start sewing. This is kind of a long video. It's going to be a long video. I hope you guys that watch me can tolerate to watch me and hear me talk. Like I said, I'm just kind of introducing myself to people, and they watch me, but you watch a person and you really want to know a little bit more about them. How did they begin sewing? Like I actually wanted to know more about the one lady that I was telling you about. I want to know how did she end up at the store that she was in from her other location. Why did she decide to move? I know I decided to move because I was running out of space, and I wanted to be in a strip mall, and I wanted to present my line of clothing. You remember when I was just doing alterations and redesigns, and I was and I wanted my clothing, instead of my accessories be the main thing, I wanted my clothing be the main thing. So that's why I'm always trying to promote is my clothing, my line, my concept of fashion. So it is not easy being an independent fashion designer, and the whole store, the whole entire store is your stuff. Exantha is the only person that I know that almost 90% of her stuff in her store is her design. I think she got one rack of stuff, that gently used stuff, that beautiful garments that she probably picked out from thrift stores or whatever, that she got added to her collection. But it looked like it matches her theme of her store. So it's something that looked like she would make, that she would design. So I like this. I'm going to sew it. Oh, let me show you guys something. I bought all these. You know I love birds, right? Love birds to death. And I got all these. It was in a bag at the thrift store. They had more with the flowers on it, but I wish it was another bag of this. So I bought all these embroidery. It's on felt and interfacing, some type of heavy duty interface. So I bought all these birds. All type of birds that I'm going. I thought they looked cute on clothing, but it's a little too heavy. So I'm going to applicate it on purses. So see all these birds? It's a lot of them, right? And I got all these applique was $2.99. $2.99 for a big bag of these applique. You'd be surprised. Look over there in the section that has bag stuff, and look, you can find. I call them goodie bags. And you'll be surprised what you find in those bags that they just stuff stuff in. Because I used to work in a thrift store, and I worked in the accessory department and the bed and bath department, and we also bagged all the accessories and stuff, and the purses and shoes and stuff. So I used to make all the goodie bags and stuff, and put all the good stuff. I put a lot of good stuff in, and I marked them down. Oops, I marked it down to a reasonable price, And I wish I would have collected a whole lot more of that stuff that I was finding at the thrift store. And when we couldn't buy it, we had to wait. We had to wait to a day. Sorry, I heard a bong noise. Yeah, a little happy. We had to wait a whole day before we were able to buy anything. So sometimes people used to hide stuff in the back, and you're not supposed to do that. But hey, sometimes as long as you wasn't stealing it, it didn't bother me to do that. But unless somebody got greedy and was, hiding a whole store in the back of in back of production. And then I had a problem with it because I'm not gonna be part of anybody, stealing anything, right? So what I'm about to do is I'm about to sew these pockets on here. Made a big difference. See how the pockets look on in there? Oh, that's cute. That's cute, right? And I have to put the snap here. That's about it. I like it. I like the denim pockets on it now. So I'm going to sew these pockets on it and start on my next thing that I'm going to be working on. I might do a part 2 video today, and we'll talk about. It's so much stuff. It could be a 2-hour video if I did the next shirt. Right now it's a 37 introduction about me, all about Lie Unique. That's going to be the title. All about me, Lie Unique. So hi and bye. Talk to you soon, and God bless. And those of you who have not subscribed to me, please subscribe. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.